Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to my channel. I'm Churro, and today I have a special guest with me.
Hello.
This is Loop, and then we're doing a collab to hopefully promote our Webtoon contest entry. So we're kind of doing this in like a interview format where I'm gonna be interviewing Loop about her Webtoon, but like I drew her OCs, and then on her channel she's gonna like interview me, and then she drew my OCs. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it. Can you introduce your characters and your Webtoon contest entry?
Okay, yeah, sure. So firstly, hi everyone. I'm Rihanna Loop. Thank you, Churro, for suggesting this collab. To introduce my OCs, so my story is called Augustus in the Human World. It is about a merman named Augustus who wants to be an office worker. And he meets this character named Mason, who is a really depressed office worker that turns out to be his boss. And then, the cliche romance ensues.
No, I love it. Honestly, like when you just say the summary, I feel like people can like picture exactly what it's gonna be like.
Yeah, about a merman realizing that capitalism sucks.
Like, why does bro want to come to the human world so bad? It's not it.
It's really not. He should turn around, but he didn't, so.
What was your process or journey like for making this like entry?
So, making the entry was actually I want to say like this might be the opposite of what others might experience, but for me the pre-production was like really smooth sailing and like easy to get
Mm-hmm.
through.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was the actual production process of drawing the episodes that made me want to pull my hair out. It was so bad. Um so I guess like should I dive into detail on the pre-production
Yeah,
or
sure, sure.
okay. So I kind of have a Google Doc saved like on my account where I just kind of write down like one-liners or like one sentence synopsis. What's the plural of synopsis? One sentence
Synopses?
summaries. One sentence synopses for like different story ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So I have like one of the bullet points was just merman wants to be an office worker. And I was like, this sounds simple enough for a contest entry. I'm gonna use this one. And so it's like a previous idea I had. I used to have an old webcomic up on Webtoons that I have now deleted. It
Mm-hmm.
was about another guy named Augustus who was like a god of the sea. He was like
Uh-huh.
a Poseidon self-insert.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
and he literally just looked like Sanji from One Piece, and he was a deadbeat. I could send you a photo.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
could
need to
send
see
you a
this.
picture.
I need to see this.
He was just a deadbeat. He had like a goatee and everything. He was unemployed, and he was secretly some super powerful god. And
Mm-hmm.
he goes to the human world to be an office worker, and he bothers this minimum wage McDonald's employee
Oh,
called
that
Marine.
that poor lady.
Yeah, Marine used to work at McDonald's. She hasn't really changed that much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just sent you the photos. And I was like, let me repurpose
Wait,
this, but make it a BL.
real. Wait, he's like kind of cute though.
Yeah, he's got the same personality, really. Just like I just didn't make him blonde.
I can see it. Okay, yeah, he's like blep face.
Yeah. Yeah, so for pre-production, it was just to write down like bullet points of like different like outline plot points that I wanted to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then do some character design sheets and pester my friend. She's going to an art school.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of like keep poking her on WhatsApp, being like, "Hey, can you help me with this, please?" And then she would just like make comments in the Google Doc, and that was all of the scripting and pre-production, and
Mm-hmm.
that I finished that in about 2 months. So
Okay.
the rest was literally just toiling.
I think like 2 months is like a good amount of time for like pre-production, honestly.
Yeah.
Also, wait, I have like kind of a funny story because low-key, my entry, Chen, right? Um, he
Yeah.
like way
Asshole.
well, asshole man, way before he was actually supposed to be like part of a BL, but then I
Oh my
like
gosh,
pulled
wait.
him out of the story and then to like be in this story. Now he's straight. But it's like really
Almost
funny
had it.
because like the way that your story came to be, it's like, oh, he's like this like dude and he had his story, but now it's like a BL. Mine was like the opposite like workflow.
Yeah. You like straightified him.
I
R.I.P. Chen.
straightified
He got
him.
like 10 times worse.
Yeah, no,
We could have
like
had a toxic.
straight fan. I mean, like Loki, he was kind of like annoying and like a little bit of a bitch in the original story anyway. So,
I mean,
um,
I feel like he's still that right now. Like, isn't he?
yeah, I think I just like amplified it more for the sake of like his like redemption arc, because he's more of like a redemption arc character. So
Oh,
obviously,
okay.
I gotta make him like the worst that he can be at the beginning.
There's only room for growth here.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't get worse, because at that point, I don't think there's any redeeming him.
I mean,
Um,
yeah, episode 2 is really not doing him any favors right now.
no, the people in the comments are like, "Oh, he's like kind of cute," but then like after he did all that, I'm just like, "No, he's not. He's not all that."
No, no, he's not. And he's straight.
And he's straight. Next question is more like general. Like, how did you get into making comics?
Okay, so I'm gonna be super original and super. I had to like burp. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be super original and say that I've been drawing comics since I was a kid. I know nobody in the world relates to this experience. This is
Yeah, me neither.
a
That's a
very
very
individual.
original experience, Loop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I've been drawing them since I was like younger. I would literally, my mom was so annoyed with me. I would take all of the paper like out of the printer and I'd staple them together into a booklet and I'd be like, fill up all of these pages with comics or with a novel. And then I write like one page and then I like toss it in the trash.
Wait, that's so real.
And that's kind of just like been like a trend, where I just kind of always start comics and just never really finish them because I didn't plan them properly. So
Hmm.
when the contest came around, I was like, okay, this is my chance. This is my redemption arc. This is my redemption arc, like
This
Chen.
is
I'm
your
supposed
redemption arc, real.
my time to like prove that, given a tight deadline, I could finish like at least 3 episodes, right?
Hmm.
Um, and so like from that point, I guess it's kind of good if you keep failing like repeatedly at previous projects because you kind of learn from those failures of like, okay, so next time we're just not gonna start without a script.
Hmm.
We should
Hmm.
probably have a script before we start. But yeah, I don't know if I answered your question. I kind of skipped over like the start of it, but
No, I think you did, because you're like, oh, as like a kid, you drew like a lot of comics, and then I think that's like
Mhm.
also me kind of with like drawing, I guess. Very original answer of like, oh, I've been drawing ever since I was a kid. Like, um
A prodigy.
I mean, I think like low-key art was like the only thing I was like really interested in, or like interested in getting good at. Like other stuff like
Yeah.
STEM is not my thing.
No,
Never
no,
catch me
no,
doing math or like biology or whatever.
no. The extent of our STEM endeavors is when we assemble stuff from IKEA.
No,
That
for
is
real.
like
I guess I'll talk more about it on like your channel, but it's like influence from like manga, anime, just like narrative, like media stuff.
the unemployment activities, the
Yeah.
quarantine of like reading like what like 5 manhwa like every day,
For real. Playing video games, that's it.
playing video games, Genshin.
Uh, yeah, I like never made like full comics up until like maybe like 2 years ago or whatever. It's always like short form like comics for Instagram, like content, like fan art type comics, but they're always like the like square format, so you can just like scroll instead of like actually paneling them. So this is also like more into like the deeper end of like comic making, I guess.
Yeah, it's like it has to be more sequential, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just contained post.
Yeah, and like way longer, because like before Instagram had like a limit of like 10 pages or whatever, and you just like keep it into that limit. For the comic entry, what was your most and least favorite part?
Ooh, I feel like so many of us can relate to this. I'm also curious for what your answer is.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, my favorite part of the comic making process is actually the thumbnailing stage.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you're thumbnailing, like you have to use the most brain power. Like there's no YouTube video essay in the background. Like you need total silence
Wait, that's so
for
real.
this.
It like 100% of your brain power.
100% locked in fully.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's kind of like you can like I feel like your brain's the most active when you're in the thumbnailing stage and like you have the most freedom. When
Mm-hmm.
you're doing like coloring, it's like the same. Like you feel like a robot on like an assembly line, like
No,
doing
literally,
so
like factory setting mode.
yeah, but for thumbnailing, it's really fun, and I kind of like to challenge myself. I think I shared this with you guys in like the Discord, but I would send over my thumbnails to my friend who goes
Mm-hmm.
to art school. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out. And she would literally like do drawovers for me, bless her heart. And
Mm.
I remember a note that she put was literally like, "I'm begging you to please zoom out,"
I
because
remember this. I remember this.
I would keep like having the characters like you could see their nostrils, like how close I was zoomed in on like the different panels, and I was like, oh wait, yeah, you're right. I should probably like zoom out more. I think I would like subconsciously keep zooming in so I don't have to draw as much details. But I was like, no, we're gonna challenge ourselves with this,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Real.
So thumbnailing is like a great stage for you to like challenge yourself with like dynamic angles and compositions and weird like camera angles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like thumbnailing. The part that I hate the most is legitimately line art.
Oh.
I can't I hate I don't I think you could like how do you do your line art? Because how I do it is that I do a pretty detailed thumbnail sketch and I do my line art directly on top.
Oh, okay. I'm like I'm like kind of anal about like line art. I like do my thumbnail and then do my rough sketch and I do like a semi cleaner like sketch and then do another clean sketch and then I do my line art.
Oh my
Like I sound
Isn't that like
insane.
five? That's like 5 steps. You're redrawing it like 5 times.
Yeah, I'm like okay, cuz I use Procreate even though I have fucking Clip Studio Paint, like I make sure my line art is like almost animation level clean so I can just like drop in the colors cuz like
Oh
I I hate doing colors. It's like so boring to me.
no. I also hate colors, Loki. Okay,
Like
I
yeah.
understand that. You're setting yourself up for success by having the cleanest line art possible.
Yeah, it's kind of just like a habit by now. Like it's a little concerning when I like talk to my art friends like I don't know how to like unclean my line art. Like I can't, it's hard for me to be a little bit like loose with it, but I'm like trying like gradually.
I kind of used to be in your position. This is like where like an AA's anonymous like meeting.
It's like I can't stop doing clean line art.
I think clean line art looks like really good. Like when it's posted and you're like everything is so crisp and there's a lot of attention to like the detail and care. Um but I kind of used to do that and then I just completely lost patience for it because I would find myself getting burnt out.
Mhm.
Like I'd look at the blank canvas and I'd be like, there's too much pressure. I gotta make the line art as clean as possible. I can't do it. And I would just like close Procreate and just not draw.
I see. I see. It is like too much pressure on
Oh,
you.
yeah, it was a lot of pressure. Plus, I wasn't even using Procreate. I used to do clean line art when I was in Medibang. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Oh yeah, I've heard about like
Um,
they're like the free ones, right?
yeah, it was like Medibang, Fire Alpaca. They're kind of the same program.
Mm.
Um, I had like a Wacom Intuos, which is like you're drawing and you're looking at the computer screen.
Oh,
So
like the
like you kind of
graphics
have to do hand.
tablets?
Mhm,
Ah.
mhm.
Oh my
And it
god.
was so stressful. And I would like kill myself up to like do super clean and smooth line art. Like I'd have like what is that? I have like is it tolerance? What's that like setting that
Or like
makes your strokes like
smoothing or whatever.
mm-hmm. I had it up to the max.
Oh,
Like I was doing
real.
freaking calligraphy. It was like super high up and I just got stressed out. And so I just started doing like for the comic process since we kind of got off track. For the
Mhm.
comic making process, I just have a super like kind of detailed thumbnail so I know like what's happening. So future me is not trying to like decipher Morse code or something.
Right,
And
right.
then I do like I do a sketch on top, except the sketch is really clean, and I just continue to clean that up, like with the lasso tool, just like erase,
Mm,
redraw, all in one layer.
okay, okay. I'm seeing it in my head.
So I guess like where you kind of do a thumbnail and then a rough sketch like 3 times and then your final line art on top.
Mm-hmm.
I just do a thumbnail as my rough sketch and then I just do the line art on top. And that method is it makes you move actually. I think it's kind of slower because there's so much correction that happens like cuz you're kind of like you're skipping like a step.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of enjoy it more because I think it just makes it look looser. And then for the coloring part, I guess you're able to like paint bucket stuff way quicker because the
Mm-hmm.
lines are so crisp.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of struggle with the coloring part because like some of the lines are open, so I just have to like. But at the end of the day, I don't really care for coloring that much, so I don't even like sweat it.
Yeah, like who
I don't
gaps about color? I don't.
know. I don't. I sure as hell don't.
Yeah, I
I
fucking hate
literally, if
color.
only they made, I really wish they allowed the contest entries to be black and white because I was going to enter my manga era. I was literally so ready to do like screen tones and
Oh.
everything. So like,
Yeah. I think like if they said we could do black and white, I had like another like unfinished like comic I could have totally entered, but they were like, nope, full color. I'm like, okay, guess I'll make a new thing.
yeah. What was that comic idea, the black and white one?
It was
If you
like
can share.
yeah. With my mentor, like was it last summer, I think? Basically it's like a again, like a story that plays with like time and stuff. So basically this like dude in high school, he blows out like his 16th birthday candle and then all of a sudden he gets like memories of his like past life where he was like the crown prince. Again, this is like a very like Chinese story. um so imagine like Qing dynasty or like whatever, and then in the flashback there's like this like war general or like whatever, and he like sacrifices himself to like save him. Like he has like arrows like shot in his back and everything. Is like low-key traumatizing. And then
Mhm.
flashback ends, he's like, wait, I low-key have like so many memories, I'm like overwhelmed. And he starts crying. And then next page we go to like the classroom as if it's like a normal day, but then you see his desk mate is like the reincarnation of like the war general that like saved
Oh my
him.
god.
And they're like
Oh my god.
they're like low-key so in love in the past, but like in the present his like desk mate doesn't remember anything, so he was like, coping, and it's like kind of a story. It's like a one shot, so
You're not gonna believe this. He should have just gone up. He should have just gone up to the desk mate and be like, "You're not gonna believe this. But in our past lives, you were a general and you sacrificed yourself."
you were my
He would have
lover,
looked at
and
like,
then he'd be like, what the fuck?
"Oh, teacher, can you please like detention or something?" Yeah.
Please move this man away from me.
Please extricate him from the classroom. I like that concept. Wait, and it's like an actual BL. You didn't turn the general into a straight guy, and then you
No,
didn't make him
they're
an
they're
asshole.
they're like they're very gay, so I kept that. It's like a angsty like pining like one shot, but it's just like a happy ending. So um when will that be done? Hopefully by the end of summer. I got like a friend to help color it, or like AK they're like my colorist now. um I wanted to rush it out for like the conventions I'm attending, but judging by the speed it's going, I don't think it's happening. So I'm just gonna say like end of summer, maybe I'll have it done.
Okay, that's like what, by like July, the end of July, August?
Maybe like August. Well, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Thank you. I'm okay. I think like I'm at the point with that comic where like I've made enough like improvement where I look at it, I'm like, oh, why did I like draw them like that? So I hikey don't feel like working on it anymore, but I kind of have to.
I think pre-production. Pre-production is where all the magic happens and where you like gaslight yourself into thinking this is a great idea.
Oh, this is like kind of bad for like me and my process, because low-key I kind of like I do like pre-production, but I don't make like proper like reference sheet like ever. Like for this collab how I had to like make a whole like new set of reference sheets, because I when I made my comic I didn't even like do those for myself.
Wait,
Oh
you made those specifically for this collab? I thought you had those just like sitting
no,
around.
I wish I
Oh
had
my
those reference sheets for when I started, bro.
how have you been doing this like this whole time without a reference sheet?
It's like so stupid. I like when I'm coloring, I would like literally like go to my file and be like, oh, I need like a color for like Chen's like outerwear, and then I go to a different file to like color select or like put it in like the reference window, and it's like this stupid back and forth. I literally could have solved just by doing like a reference sheet, but like my ass was too lazy.
Help. I thought like, oh, like this is so cool that Churro did like a whole reference sheet. I bet like she showed this in class and stuff, and
No.
like the teacher approved it. No,
It literally
just only for this.
spawned like 2 days before I had to send it to you.
That's like kind of impressive actually that you finished those in just 2 days.
Thank you. I was like, you know what? I had to make the reference sheet at some point, so it might as well be now.
After the book is already like finished.
High key. Okay. Next question. What are your goals and aspirations with making comics?
Yeah, so my goals are 1 million subs, a million likes.
Real $1 million.
I'm joking. $1 million. I want bank. My goals are just kind of like personal. This might sound kind of sad, but I've just completely like foregone any sort of intention. Well, not intention. Any sort of hopes of like being a comic creator full time.
Mm-hmm.
Not in this economy. It's
No.
probably gonna be very difficult to do. So it's kind of just like for the love of the game and like for passion and just like loving to create stories.
Yeah.
So my goals with making comics are just to improve. I think, I don't know where I heard it, but someone was like, this is just like general advice that I've heard, where if you want to get good at drawing like a particular thing, make an entire comic about it. And you'll improve like super quickly because you're just drawing the same thing over and over from different angles.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I see sometimes like I'll see on Twitter or on Instagram people post studies of like, I'm doing mecha studies, and they like show like 50 drawings of the most detailed like mecha suits like ever.
Yeah.
They like, this is like really niche. I don't know if you've seen them before. Or they're like, I'm doing animal studies, and they just post like a bunch of like sketchbook drawings that they did of animals. And I think those studies look really fun, but I hate them and I find them really boring. So I think making a sequential story out of those studies, quote unquote, is kind of more entertaining to do because there's like a story.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's like you're tricking yourself into being like, ooh, look at doing these studies, but there's like a story, so it's more fun.
Yeah, literally. It's like adding sprinkling sugar on top of your vegetables so you eat them.
It's, ooh, tasty. Come do these studies and draw the same man 50 times.
Yeah, basically. I was gonna say, I guess for the comic that I'm doing, Augustus in the Human World, once again, a super wordy title that I wish I could change, but it's too late to change it.
I like it though.
Thank you. I was just like, okay, this is gonna be my excuse to do a bunch of studies on suits, head angles, and drawing hot CEO men.
Real as fuck.
Or actually a diverse range of characters as well, because there's an ugly old man as well, and I think drawing old people is low-key really fun. So, yeah.
Wait, I think I like kind of remember the old guy from like what you posted in Discord.
He's
but also
such an asshole.
Oh my god, old guy and Chen asshole collab.
Literally.
I think like old people are like kind of hard to draw for me too, or like also like kids, but it's like literally anything that's not like a beautiful man, I'm like, that's kind of hard to draw.
It is. I think it's hard because like I would never want to animate an old person, not the way that I draw them, because there's so many wrinkles that it would be like a nightmare to track like their head rotating and stuff. But I think once you get the hang of it, drawing old people is actually really nice because you can experiment with different head shapes besides just like chiseled Ikemen jaw.
Yeah, other than the Ikemen face, the default Ikemen face.
Yeah, the Dorito face. Yeah.
And also about your like comment about like it being sad that you can't be like a full-time comic artist, but like I think it's still like beautiful that you do it for like the love of the craft, because I think comic making, a ton of people they do it like purely because they love it. Like it's literally like so painful, so grueling. Like half the time you're like, why the fuck am I doing this? But like we still continue to do it because we're like, no, like we really like just do love it a lot.
Like doing all of this work, there's like nobody told you to do this. Like there is no gun being held to your head right now. Like you just
Hmm.
literally you caused all of this. Like you called all this upon yourself, which is why whenever I'm stressing out over the comic making, I kind of take a break and I'm like, wait, I'm doing this because I wanted to do it. Why am I acting like why am I acting like I'm doing this for like a job or a deadline or something? Like I'm doing this because I like to do it. So yeah, I
Hmm.
guess I guess comic making is a really psychological battle.
Oh my god, for
But
100% every day, I am fighting in my head. I am my biggest op.
literally we are our biggest ops because like we're making our lives harder for no reason. But then
It's,
we see the episode at the end and we're like,
it's
oh,
like,
it's so good.
oh,
I should make 10
like you spend like I don't know, like months drawing like an episode, and then people finish it in like what 20 seconds. They're like, yay, time to make a
Yeah.
new one.
Yeah, when's the next one coming out? Also, could you add more panels? Like
It's like, oh, the update was a little bit short.
kill myself. Wait, I literally okay. I kind of have this is like such a side tangent, but I
Uh-huh.
kind of have like a hot take. I have a
Okay.
hot take on
Okay.
my hot take is this. I think as a reader and as a comic creator, I would much rather like a creator update like once a month and it's like 40 panels,
Mhm.
or if you're doing like page format, it's like what is that? 5 pages? I don't know. 10 pages, however
Mhm.
many, right? Than them uploading like one page every week. Because I don't know, I have the memory of a goldfish. So I'm gonna be like, wait, what was the last page last week? And then I gotta go back to the last page, read, and then read the newest update.
Mhm.
And I just kind of like, I slowly like start to lose interest and fall off. I
Yeah.
would rather just like wait and then like have my little feasting day and then wait
Right.
another time and then have
Honest,
my feasting day.
I I don't think that's like a hot take though. I think like maybe it doesn't seem like it on like the webtoon platform, but like a lot of people like with manga updates, they update like once a month, and then it's like a whole like chapter, and you get to just like get immersed in the story, while like I don't know, I feel like webtoon is just so like fast paced moving. It's like hard to like keep up really as like a creator.
It just I think it sucks that it puts so much pressure on creators to keep updating like every week or they're gonna
Mhm.
like fall off, quote unquote, or something. I
Yeah.
think you should prioritize quality over quantity, like no matter what. And if
Mhm.
it's not possible to get done in a week, um, like it's such a tough like paradox conundrum I don't know. There's a word for that.
Yeah.
Um, that's why like so many what is it originals creators go on like hiatus
Mhm.
because like they're at that like crossroads between quality versus quantity where they just kind of have to just take a break so they can catch up, and it
Mhm.
sucks.
And like I feel like the other like ultimatum kind of for originals creators is like, do you value your work more or your health more? And I feel like they always end up
Yeah.
choosing their like work. I'm just like, oh, I don't know what if I want to do that like with my like life and future.
Please take a break. They don't get insurance. I didn't By the way, I didn't even know that.
Well, that's fucked, but can I say I'm surprised? No.
No, not surprised. Haha, Webtoon, the most magnanimous company in the world.
Oh, and
Yeah.
yet we're here. Future plans. Do you have any new projects in the work?
I This is a good question because I don't have a good answer for it. I was more curious about your answer, but you've kind of answered that already. For future projects, I think we all have that one magnum opus. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to pronounce that like we've been working on this since we were like 13. We wrote it on Wattpad. It's
Mm.
gonna be our biggest hit yet. There's like 100 pages in Google Docs,
Mm-hmm.
and like every single like phase you've been through throughout your like prepubescent to adolescence is like a
Your whole
different
life's
OC.
work. Your whole life's work.
So I do kind of have that story, but I don't think I'm at the level yet to draw it
Mm-hmm.
um, and be reasonably satisfied with what I'd be producing. So I think for my next project, it's probably remember I said I have that Google Doc with just like one-liners of
Mm-hmm.
different story ideas.
Yeah.
Right now it's between two different stories. I'll have to see which one I can gaslight myself more into liking.
Okay, real.
There's like one of them is a coming of age sports BL story.
Ooh, okay, I dig it already.
Like it's about a guy. It's like they're on a track team. I was like,
Mhm.
which BL sports thing have I not seen? I've seen swimming with free fake the queer baby.
For the
the free
plot. We watch it for the plot.
for the plot. Um, and there's Haikyuu, which is not a BL, but
Okay,
has such.
yeah, like, come on. Every sports anime, like.
So I was like, there's volleyball, there's basketball with slam dunk, obviously another top classic BL.
Yeah, yeah, in the top in the genre.
And then we have swimming. I was like, which sport do I know the most about that I could reasonably like bullshit enough to make it
Mhm.
seem that sounds kind of bad, but like I could reasonably like have enough firsthand knowledge on it. I was
Yeah.
like, let's because I used to do track and field in prep school. So I was
Oh.
like a sports BL about track and field where one guy's a short distance sprinter and the other guy's a marathon runner, and there's a metaphor
Ooh.
because one of them is like better at toughing it out for like long distances and the other one's only good at short bursts of
Ah, the
I was like
passion!
I was like metaphors, character symbolism or whatever.
Okay, love
And then
it.
the other idea was just for like a university setting of two guys who are forced to make friends with each other to do like a travel catalog for the
Ooh.
university.
Wait, I kind of dig that too.
I was just like, thank you. I was just kind of like, I want to do a comic where I get to draw different backgrounds and different like scenery, locations, and
Mm,
food.
yeah.
Like, but like those would be my plans. Either the sports BL or the travel catalog university thing.
Okay. I'm rooting for you. I'll be waiting.
Thank you. I'm rooting for yours as well.
Oh wait, I like totally forgot, but if you check in my like sprites folder, I actually like put the pieces in there I drew for you.
Oh, oh my gosh. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait. I love this drawing you did of Mason. What the hell? Oh my
Thank you.
gosh.
High key
He's
like
like holding.
yeah, Augustus is like application.
He probably saw this application and was like, what the hell is this ChatGPT bullshit?
He's like, who the fuck is this? Why is he so happy in his picture?
Oh my gosh. There's like a funny story where literally he like just bullshitted a resume. Like it was just all fake information that was like too niche to look up to like bother searching for.
Oh. Like for all of them, I feel like they look like they're drawn by like three different people cuz like why did I like style change like so much?
You kind of did style change. Augustus's piece is like so moody. He's like feeling emo and edgy and
I
stuff.
know. It's like the like moody and edginess from my comic is like bleeding over to yours. But
I mean, I kind of like it. It makes him look serious.
yeah, I was like I know he's like a very like happy character, but then for some reason, I guess like maybe the like whole merman thing I was like very like captivated by. I was like, "Oh, I want to make him like beautiful and mysterious, but also like maybe dangerous question mark, but he's really not."
Like it, and you like included like his scales, the colors on his scales.
Mhm. And then I don't know if you call like a medallion, but like thing that like hangs on his neck. I like also kind of tried to incorporate it, but it's like not that visible.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, I see it. Is it like floating in the water kind
Yeah,
of?
yeah. Like you can like sort of see the string.
Yeah, I see it. I mean, the locket isn't that important. It's literally just like you know that thing that people hang around like their dogs. Where like
Wait.
if lost, please. If
Oh right, like
lost,
marine.
please call this number. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, I feel like it's part of him, so I was like, I'll draw like kind of like a suggestion of it.
Oh my gosh. And then for Marine's drawing, she looks so cunty.
No,
How
she's serving. She's eating every day.
she's literally serving. We have Mason looking depressed and confounded and just confused. Marine serving cunt with her Starbucks cup or whatever.
Real,
And
real.
edgy. I love the three different like moods for this. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Maybe we should get into
Okay, I think that's it for the questions
it.
for my channel. Or like, do you have anything else you want to like promote?
I don't have any other stuff promoting besides my comic, Augustus in the Human World. It's on Webtoon and Tapas. It is once again about a merman who gets a rude awakening about capitalism.
Yes!
Yes!
Go read it, everyone. And thanks for joining me on my channel, Loop. And everyone, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!